Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Funmi and today we're making the yummiest and juiciest Nigerian meat pie. I'm going to be showing you a special ingredient that is going to make your meat pie stay juicy for a very long time. So if it's what you like to see and learn, please keep watching and give this video a thumbs up, and let's get straight into the video of the day. Do note that the full recipe and measurement is going to be in the description box below, so do check it out. In my pan, I'm going to be adding the oil followed by the onions and the garlic, and I'm going to allow that to fry for about 3 minutes or until it turns a little translucent. So now I'm going to be adding my minced beef into the pan, and I'm going to allow this fry on a very low heat until it turns pale. We want to try as much as possible to avoid cooking our beef for too long so it doesn't get too tough. So after about 5 minutes, this is how our beef should look like, and now I'm going to add in all the spices and I'm going to stir that together and let it cook down a little bit more. Now I'm going to add my Scotch bonnet. Know that you can reduce or increase the quantity you want for your Scotch bonnet. Then afterwards I'm going to add the veggies, which is the carrot and the potatoes, and I'm going to allow that cook just for about a minute or two. So now I'm going to be adding in my flour and I'm going to stir this together. In the past, I've been using the water and flour mixed together as a slurry to pour into this sauce, but I find out that using the flour directly first gives better results. Now I'm going to be adding in the spring onions followed by the water. So for the water, I go in gradually. I don't add too much water into the sauce because you don't need too much water in your sauce. So after adding the first water, I stirred it and I noticed that I needed a little more water, and I went in with just little more water just to make sure that my sauce is not too runny. And remember, I'm cooking on a very low heat. We want a very soft and tender meat. We don't want a tough meat, okay? And now we're going to add our star ingredients, which is browning. Yes, you heard me right. We need browning in this recipe. Browning is what is going to keep your meat pie to remain moist and soft and juicy for a long time. We need just little in this recipe. A little goes a long way, and the flavor is going to add to this sauce is really amazing. You need to try it and see for yourself. So if you're wondering what browning is, wonder no more, because I have the recipe just for you. So look out for the recipe. I'm going to be uploading it pretty soon, okay? Now I'm going to cover my sauce and allow this to cook a little further for about 15 minutes on low heat. Now our sauce is ready, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to pour it in a bowl or a tray, and we're going to let this cool down completely. Now to make the dough, we need flour, salt, cold water and cold butter, but in this case I'm using margarine because that's what works best for me in my meat pie recipes. So my flour has been sifted, and into the flour I'm going to add in the salt and then followed by the cold butter, and I'm going to work the butter into the flour and mix it in very well until I get a crumbly, like a sandy texture. And after that, I'm going to add in my very cold water, emphasis on very cold water, because that is what gives meat pie dough that flakiness. So I'm just going to combine this together. We're not kneading it. I'm not going to knead this at all. I'm just going to combine it together until it comes together as a ball. Avoid kneading, because kneading it would give you a very tough crust, and we don't want that. We want a very flaky and soft and buttery crust. So try as much as possible not to knead it. Just combine it together until it comes together as a ball. So after it comes together like this, we're going to wrap it up in cling film, and we're going to store it in our refrigerator for about 1 hour, or in the freezer for about 40 minutes. So we're just going to divide it into two, and then we're going to store it up. So this is after 40 minutes in the freezer. Now I'm going to lightly dust my work table with little flour, and then I'm going to start kneading. So now I'm going to cut my dough into equal parts equally, and then I'm going to start rolling out and then filling with my meat pie filling. So try not to make your dough too thick when you're rolling out. Try to have a thin dough, but not so thin that when you add in your filling, the filling won't be able to, the dough won't be able to hold the filling. Just roll it thinly, and so when you bite into your meat pie, you're biting into a very thin crust and not heavy crust, and then more filling, if you get what I'm saying. Now I'm using egg wash to seal the edges so that it doesn't open, and the egg wash is just 1 egg yolk and 1 tablespoon of water mixed together. So just brush your egg wash on the dough so that it can glue together. It's like a glue, so just use that and then glue everything together. So another way to get your meat pie shape is by using a round plate or something round, just to cut your meat pie, to cut it out. If you don't have this meat pie cutter that I'm using, you can use a round plate. If you've watched up to this point, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment. Let me know if you are enjoying this video, and also if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to this channel. On my channel, I share amazing baking recipes, baking hacks and tricks, and everything baking generally. So please do hit the subscribe button and join this community. Thank you. Now I'm going to egg wash the outer layer of the meat pie, and I'm going to do this generously. We're going to egg wash it generously with the same egg wash that we use in sealing it. So I'm going to allow this bake for about 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, this is our meat pie, looking so delicious, and it smells divine. I tell you, you need to try this recipe and come back and give me your feedback, okay? So if you want your meat pie darker, you can bake it longer for about 5 to 7 more minutes. But I love mine this way, and let's see how it looks on the inside. Can you see how juicy this meat pie looks? You really want to try this recipe? Please do try it and let me know your feedback. So this is what the meat pie looks like after 6 to 7 hours, and it's already very cold. So try this recipe and thank me later. So thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay happy, stay blessed, and happy baking.